There is an interesting thing that every photographer is doing, and is trying to choose a genre and develop a consistent style, which by itself is not a bad thing. But the problem often arises when we aren't shooting anything else and are doing everything the same. And I blame social media for that, but anyway. Oh, and this video will be from a perspective of a hobbyist. Consistent style is what the client usually pays for. There are a lot of genres in photography, and everyone will like something different. One will love street photography, other will do macro. So obviously we mostly shoot what we prefer, but it does not mean that one should shoot only, for example, street. Because if we only shoot one or two genres, we won't really grow as photographers, since we won't be giving ourselves any challenge or bringing anything new with us. We also might not learn if we like a certain genre or not. Why? Because again, we haven't tried it. So a lot of people probably try the common ones and then go from there. And then they simply choose out of that what they prefer. But after that they stop looking and they stop experimenting. There are many things that can cause this, but I will tackle the main one at the end of the video. So what you can do about it? Just shoot everything, like when you started. It does not matter if it's a landscape, a macro, a portrait, just do it. If it looks interesting, take a photo of it and then go to the next one. And while it's a good idea to focus mostly on your preferred genres, shooting other ones will simply bring you more growth. Like you can take lessons from portrait to macro, from street to landscape, and so on and so on. There is simply a lot of overlap. So again, there is no reason to limit yourself to just a couple of things. It doesn't matter if you are good at it or not. You won't get any better if you don't try. So the second one is shooting everything the same way, whether it be shooting on similar level, in similar lighting, or during similar weather. Again, there isn't really any challenging yourself here. We just do the same thing over and over again without any real opportunity to challenge ourselves. Before starting a new thing like this, we often ask ourselves, will it work? Will I be good at it? And I honestly say, don't worry about it. You won't know unless you try, and you won't get better if you just do nothing. And that honestly applies to everything. Will you be good at shooting from low position? I don't know, but try it. Will the photos come out okay when it's overcast? I don't know, but you can always try it. You can take great photos when it's overcast or it's raining. You can easily take great photos in harsh light. You can always take great photos in golden and blue hour. It doesn't matter. Just try something different and you will grow more. And it will make you better when shooting at your preferred conditions. Why? Because you will start noticing new things. And why does that happen? It's pretty simple. When shooting, for example, in harsh light, you have to focus on different things. And when shooting, for example, golden hour, you will start noticing new things that are related to the harsh light. And the last thing that I will talk about before going to the problem will be editing. Love it or hate it, editing is an important part of both photo and video. A lot of stylistic choices come from there, so why do everything the same? It ties back to the other problems, but I believe you shouldn't edit everything to be the same style. What works for street won't work for landscapes and definitely not astro. What will work for golden hour won't work for harsh light or overcast. And you get the idea. You just have to choose a different style for them. And the other important thing when it comes to editing is whether you use color or you shoot in black and white. Sometimes color distracts. Sometimes it's the main feature. You should choose it based on the image and not vice versa. Obviously, unless you are doing some sort of challenge. So since you can't just slap the same edit on all of the photos, what do? Well, I myself edit all the best photos individually. This way photo feels like an individual work. I don't try to force the style onto the photo. If your preferred style doesn't work, try a different one. As long as the photo is good, it shouldn't really be a problem. So basically, don't shoot the photos to fit the style, but fit the style to the photos. Before we go to the problem, please consider subscribing and liking the video, it helps a lot. Blah blah blah, let's get back on track. So, the problem, as mentioned before at the start of the video, is, in my opinion, social media. And what I mean by that is the way that algorithm is put into social media. Basically, every social media has some sort of algorithm, and it's both a good and bad thing. It's good because we don't see what we don't want to, but because it means that if you are unpredictable in what you post, so like for example one day you post street and other day you post landscape, the algorithm might get confused. And if it gets confused, it won't show your work to others. And if you are like me, you want people to see it, obviously. But if you don't specialize yourself, the algorithm won't really recommend you, because they won't know who wants to see your photos. And then when we see that something blew up, we want to continue posting it. And then we see that something else doesn't, we stop doing it. And over time, that leads us to not taking photos that we want, but the ones that algorithm pushes out for more people. And over time, we stop taking photos that don't make numbers on the screen go up. That's why success on social media does not always mean creative one. Why? Because it often makes us stagnate by doing the same thing over and over again. And that can lead to burnout, which is not a great thing to have when you are a creative person. So what you can do about it? Just stop caring about social media numbers and post what you want. I know, it's not easy, and it will take some time. But over time you will be more happy with what you are doing. Because what is better for you? The joy of creating or some random numbers on social media going up?